Prabhu, can you confirm if you can see the screen?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes.
Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha Mukham Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kirpatadham Bande Shri Gurum Dentaranam Paramananda Madhvam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatade Shatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare हरे नाम संकीर्तन की जय हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय संबल भक्तविंद की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णविंद की जय इसको फाउंडर आचार्य ही दिवाएंगे से प्रभुपाद की जय हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा
हरे
हरे
कृष्णा प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम। हरे
yes
कृष्णा।
Dandavad thank you. So last week we had a nice Jagannath Rath Yatra in St. Louis, and I'm going to publish the article now. Prabhu sent me the message saying that everything is good. Once he publishes the article, then he'll send me the details. So we are doing pretty good here. Uday Prabhu, I have some unexpected guest who just came home. I'll join late today. It's coming from Uday Prabhu. So this chapter 5, Karma Yoga, action in Krishna consciousness. So in fourth chapter, Krishna is giving us the knowledge, Bhakti Gyan, and he did very good comparison. Use the word Karma Yoga or sacrifice or sannyas yoga. He said that both has the same purpose as long as it's done in bhakti. So Bhagavad Gita has three sections broadly: Karma Yoga section, Bhakti Yoga section, and Jnana Yoga section. So first six chapter of Bhagavad Gita is giving emphasis on Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga, you have to understand. It's not karma. Karma is action, prescribed duty, and when we use the word yoga, means duty that we do to connect with Supreme Personality of Godhead. So now if you understand the title of this chapter, Karma Yoga slash dash action in Krishna consciousness. So action in Krishna consciousness is basically definition of the word Karma Yoga. If somebody will say, what is Karma Yoga? Action in Krishna consciousness. Act in Krishna consciousness. And Brahmada Gaura Sampradaya, Bhakti is devotional services, acting in Krishna consciousness, cooking, managing temple, doing deity worship, offering bhoga, having big meetings, planning, preparations, all of that is acting in Krishna consciousness. So after hearing Krishna's teaching in previous section, our dear brother Arjun is now confused. He's saying that, can you please tell me now, should I do sannyas or should I do karma yoga? Because you said that niskam karma yoga means acting with no desire. So should I act or should I just go to the some solitary place where nobody's around and do bhakti, or stay wherever we are and do bhakti? That's the question in nutshell. Should I renounce or should I act? Krishna says, same thing, same thing. The result is same, but he said karma yoga is easier for you. Why? Because that's your nature. Your nature is to act. So just do things as per your nature. And if you are acting without any result in both cases, the most important thing is that action that is not oriented to particular sense gratificatory results. I would do this, I would become this, not ulterior motivation, pure clean motivation for devotional service. If you do that, then that is Jnana Yoga. And Jnana Yoga will leads to liberation. So Jnana Yoga will lead you to the liberation. But ultimate liberation you achieve when you focus on Krishna. So this term of liberation, mukti, will try to understand. There is liberation when you merge into Paramatma. There is liberation when you merge into Brahman. And there is liberation when you go back to home, back to Krishna. So liberation is a very broad term. It's very relative term. Krishna here is saying, giving the definition, understanding to Arjun that mukti hitva sarupena, although liberation is starting from the very low, but it goes high. So you can go to higher planetary system, and one sense, long life, longer you stay there, you might feel like that you got it. You have to come back. Higher than that is merging into the Brahman. Higher than that is going to the Paramatma. Higher than that is going to Vaikuntha. Higher than that is going to Bhagwan, Sri Krishna. So all of that is put together. But here Krishna, in the last section, is saying that you should try to aspire for those liberation which will help you come to me, to Krishna. And that you do when you do action for pleasure of Krishna. So we are acting in Krishna consciousness. We're going to act in this chapter. So this chapter is application of Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yogi mostly Niskam Karma Yoga leads to Niskam Karma Yoga type 2. When we have made sufficient purification by acting, by doing the prescribed duty, it leads to purification. And when we have sufficient purification and we continue acting, then we are in the Jnana Yoga. What is that Jnana Yoga? Jnana of Supreme Personality of Godhead. We talked about that in previous chapter. Acting for the purpose, having knowledge for the purpose. We just don't want to be big, speaker and giving big classes and knowing a lot of philosophy, but we ourselves are not aware with the purpose of it. So be aware with the purpose. So we'll continue this chapter. But before I start, anybody, anything that they would like to talk? So in the previous chapter, verse number 42, that's what Krishna is saying. Tasmat agyana sambhutam hirtistham jnana sintavam jnana achintamanah chitvainam samsayam yogam atistho utistha bhartah. I've given you the knowledge. Use that knowledge as sword to cut the doubt about what will happen if I become devotee, what will happen if I have to give my life to Krishna. All of the doubt that you have, cut it. And atistha utistha, firmly situate. Get up and situate yourself. Don't. Arjuna was trembling, Don't know what should I do. So atistha utistha, get up, firmly situate yourself, and fight. Okay. So act. So this is what we have been discussing. Let us, in the beginning of this chapter, go through this summary. So karma kanda, we don't want to do it. Okay. Sakam karma yoga, if we do for fruitive result, then that will lead us to higher planetary system. It's better than sense gratification, but higher than that we act for our purification. And when we act for our purification, we engage in duty of varnashram dharma. And if we continue, then we come to the stage of purification. When we have sufficient purification, then we engage in Jnana Yoga. So Krishna is basically going to talk Niskam Karma Yoga type 2 and Jnana Yoga in this chapter. Knowledge that leads to liberation, Niskam Karma Yoga that leads to Jnana Yoga. That's so we are here. Okay? And the next chapter 6 will talk about Ashtanga Yoga. So we are basically talking about these two things. That type of action, Niskam Karma Yoga, that will lead to purification of our heart so that we can be firmly situated in Jnana Yoga. And Jnana Yoga, if we perform, then we go to Brahman, we get liberated. So Jnana Yoga has a first step. The goal is the first step of our goal, or the very, very preliminary goal, if I say like that, very beginning of our goal is Brahman. And Brahman you achieve by Jnana. So Jnana Yoga will give you Brahman type of liberation, merging into the Brahman. So that's what basically Krishna is teaching. So come to Jnana Yoga, and in Jnana Yoga, act for bhakti. So although we are here, but we'll act here. So Krishna is teaching Arjuna that doesn't matter where you are. You are in Niskam Karma Yoga type 1, Niskam Karma Yoga type 2, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, act here. Act for bhakti. Okay. So that's how we have to understand. That's the purpose of this chart. And wherever you are, whatever you are doing, you do it for Krishna. So Niskam Karma Yoga, we do for our purification here. And what we do in Niskam Karma Yoga, we follow the prescribed duty of Varna and Ashram. And when we have some degree of purification, then we are practicing the Jnana Yoga. And if we continue Niskam Karma Yoga type 2, then that leads to Niskam Karma Yoga type 2, where we have got sufficient purification. Or one can be on Karma Yoga type 1 platform, practice Gyan and reach to Karma Sannyas, where they say that I don't want to do any duty now. I don't have any duty to be done. And you would see that there are people who leave everything, go to secluded place, and they just, meditate. They don't act. So Karma Sannyas, you can do. Niskam Karma Yoga will lead you to the stage of Karma Sannyas, or it will lead you to the stage where you are so much purified that you are engaged in the action, but you are engaged not for our sense gratification. So these are the two major things we have to understand. Karma sannyas means completely not doing any action, going to the bank of a river, in our eyes and meditating Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram. Or acting, but acting for Krishna only. So what we do, top one, you are staying wherever you are with your family, you have job, your wife, your children, your son, your baby, your family, your friends, everything around you we have as it is, but we are using everything in service of Krishna. And Krishna says both has same result. So in one sense, Prabhupada said also in many of his lecture that the follower of Krishna consciousness is sadhu. So dear devotees, the definition of sadhu has changed. Although you are living in a family, doing a job, appears very ordinary, but in reality, we are sadhus. If we are acting for Krishna, if the purpose is to act for pleasure of Krishna, then we are sadhu. So Krishna says that both has same purpose, and that's what we'll hear in this verse. Arjun is asking, so you just talked about sannyas and karma yoga. Can you please tell me, tanme bruhi sunishitam. Sunishitam, nishitam, definitely. Bruhi means to tell. Can you definitely tell me, yat sreya, which one is better for me to do? Etor ayam, whatever you have talked about. You talked about sannyas and karma yoga. Can you please tell me which one is good for me? Karmanam or yogam? You know, should I take the sannyasam karmanam or should I completely renounce? Should I take the uh, karma yoga or should I renounce everything? Krishna says here, this is very important for you and I to know. He says, sannyasa karma yogasya nisriyasya karau bhau, bhau means two, tayostu karma sannyasat karma yoga vishishyate. It says that sannyasa karma yoga, sannyasa, renunciation of the work, or karma sannyas, working without attachment. So we have to remember renunciation of the work shows that you have renounced the work. You are not working. Why? Because you think work is not going to help. So not working, thinking work is not going to help, or working for Krishna is same thing. He says that as long as you are not attached to the result of your action, you act or not act, doesn't matter. Akam sarva kamova. You are akama or sakama, not sakama or kam, or you are in the kama. Sakama means desire. So you are acting or not acting. If you are acting, but you are acting for no goal, for no desire, or you are not acting, it's not says doesn't matter. The same thing. As long as you work for Krishna. So one who neither hates not, and then he tells the definition. What is the meaning? One who neither hates nor desires the fruits of activity is known to be always renounced. Such a person, free from all duality, easily overcomes material bondage and is completely liberated, mighty as Arjuna. Same thing that we are saying. You either you go ahead and stop working everything and meditate on Krishna, or you act for Krishna. Same thing. But he says that your nature is to act. So I would suggest that you should act. So he says only the ignorant is. Can somebody read the translation, please?
Only the ignorant
Yeah.
speak of devotional service, Karma Yoga, as being different from the analytical study of the material world, Sankhya. Those who are learned say that he who applies himself well to one of these paths achieves the result of both.
So got it, Prabhuj? That's why it says, any path, as long as you know what you are doing, you are good. Yes, finish this one and then we'll take Sundar Prabhu's questions. One who,
One who knows that the position reached by the means of the analytical study can also be attained by devotional service, and who therefore sees analytical study and devotional service to be on the same level. See the things as they are.
okay, last one.
Merely renouncing all activity, it not engaging in the devotional service of the Lord cannot make one happy. But a thoughtful person engaged in devotional service can achieve the supreme without delay.
You see here, very important words, very eye-opening thing. So Krishna is saying that, you renounce everything, but you don't engage in devotional service. It's not going to give you much. And we see that. I don't want to touch that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to see that. But what you are doing, I'm Bhagwan, I'm this and that. No, Krishna is not saying that. Krishna is saying that if you renounce for me, then it's better. If you renounce in devotional service, then it's better. But you renounce and don't know the purpose of it. You are just doing for sake of doing it. It's not good. But if you do for me, he says, you can you can very easily achieve the goal, the supreme goal, without any delay. That's why Prabhupada gave this process of bhakti, anga of bhakti, because this is the fast process for living entity. Everybody has some strength. Musician wants to do music, artist want to do the art, writer wants to write, publisher wants to publish. So do whatever you have. You have a strength. There is something that you do, and you would not get tired. You will keep on doing it. Keep on doing that. And see, there are people who are Mridanga player. As soon as they get into the temple, they look, where is Mridanga? And if they get the Mridanga, there is nobody around. They start boom, boom, boom playing in front of Krishna. Somebody who does Kirtaniya, as soon as they get into the Kirtan, where is Kartal? They start getting into the Kirtan. Somebody who is a cook, before getting into the altar, they say, where is the kitchen here? They get into the kitchen, they start doing something for Krishna. So like that, action is your nature. And if you act as per your nature, you are performing devotional service. And when devotional service is as per your nature, you'll keep on doing, and you would not get tired. You would not feel like that you did something extra. You did something that belongs to you. Surendra Prabhuji, what you have?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yeah, this is a really very good, important chapter to understand deeply. One thing what you mentioned in the starting of the class is when Arjuna is asking the question, is a sannyasa is better or renouncing is better or I should act something. Then you mentioned saying that better do the karma yoga because that's your nature. That's what instruction given to Arjuna.
Yeah.
So taking that context to us, uh, so should be sannyasa and then a karma yoga. So like what you mentioned is, we all like a sadhus because the primary objective in our life, even though we have the family and doing various engagements in the material society, still we keep the objective of our life. Prime thing is, recognizing supreme personality of Godhead, Krishna, and working around him for his pleasure, not taking much of uh, personal sense enjoyments and all of that. So in this case, when Krishna is prescribing a kind of a medicine to Arjuna because of its nature, and at the same time he did not completely deny the sannyasa as well, and he says like that is also is a process. So looking at all of this in our sampradaya and the people who are renouncing to take the sannyas order of life. How do we understand that?
So, Prabhu, that sannyas, there is karma sannyas, there is gyan sannyas, and then there is sannyas that gyan karma anavritam. Okay, Prabhuji? So, the sannyas that you are talking about is free from both jnana and karma. But the stage that we are in right now, we are only talking about free from karma. So this sannyas is just the sannyas means renunciation of work, fruit of the work. That's all. The sannyas that you are talking about is pure devotion. Ananyavilasita sunyam, gyan, karma, anavritam. Gyan and karma, both you renounce. But right now we are not there. So that sannyas, although the word is sannyas, for sure, the word we use is sannyas, Prabhuji, but the sannyas word is different, has different meaning. Here, sannyasa means only renouncing the work. That's all. Not the we want to achieve the gyanit. We are going to get into the gyan, and you achieve karma yoga. You achieve gyan yoga, and leaving everything go. Anyavilasita sunyam gyan karmadya navritam. So in the bhakti, first we engage in karma yoga. Niskam Karma Yoga. Then it leads to Jnana Yoga. Then Jnana Yoga, we drop it now. And we engage fully into the Bhakti. So pure Bhakti, Mad Bhakti Lavte Param. Brahmbhut Prasanatmana Sochati Na Kanchati Samas Sarveshu Bhutesu Mad Bhakti Lavte Param. That devotion has not started yet in us at this stage. I'm talking about not you and I in terms of you and I. I'm just talking in context of the discussion that we have. So right now, it's being just said here that you are rejecting your karma. Now we have to we have to get the knowledge, and then we have to reject that also. And then come to the sannyasa. So in the Brahmada Gaurya Sampradaya, the sannyas that you are talking about, brahmachari, grihastha, banprastha, and sannyasi, that sannyasi is pure devotion. Very high sannyasi. The word is sannyasi, but the purpose is gyan and karma sannyasa. Okay, Prabhuji? But here was very good. The karma, the term is little confusing. Sannyas here means just renunciation of karma. That's all. Action.
So I have one clarification required.
Yeah.
Arjuna brought up the word sannyasa. Is not just saying that, renouncing
Action.
work. But at
Karma.
the same time, what he gives the sannyasa in relevance to the pure devotional service only, that what he talked about, correct?
So that will come in 17, 18 chapter. The real sannyas that you are talking about, that we are confusing here, that will come later in 17th chapter. Right now, the word is being used sannyas. Sannyas means to leave. That's all. So you don't act in action which are going to bind you. That's all we are talking about. Don't do the action right now. You are just, or we are just coming out of karma kanda stage. So Krishna is saying that, this karma kandi stage is very heinous. Don't do that. It's not good because it will bind you. Higher than that is Sakam Karma Yoga, where you will be doing the prescribed duty, but you will do for self-benefit. Okay. And but he says that, but go higher and act on Niskam Karma Yoga. So Niskam Karma Yoga, where you have started renouncing your work, but working for Krishna. So you Niskam Karma Yoga literally means not that you have stopped working, but you are working for Krishna. That's the Niskam Karma Yoga. You are acting for higher purpose, not for self benefit. It's clear? That's all Krishna is saying. So you are acting here, and if you act for the self benefit, then you advance, and at some point in your heart becomes purified. Then you know that the purpose of your action is basically to please Krishna. That is Gyan Yoga. Krishna is saying. Okay. So we have so we are not quite here. Bhakti Yoga also happens when this Gyan and karma that we are talking about anavritam, when we leave this Gyan and Karma. So at this stage also Gyan and Karma has to be dropped. But here Krishna is only saying to leave the fruits of the action. That's all I'm saying,
Yeah.
Prabhuji.
Yeah, so I'm the way that the reason why I got confused is
Yeah.
the first two verses in the first fifth chapter. I'll just want to recite this. Arjuna said, "Oh Krishna, first of all, you asked me to renounce the work, okay, and then you again recommended work with devotion.
Yeah. Huh?
Now, will you kindly tell me? So when he said that the renounce of work means it is not only renouncing the work but with devotion, right? So it is not like just absconding the work, but why you renounce the work for the sake of the devotion. So he is referring here the correct sannyasa. That's how I got confused, or that's how I understood. And now, will you kindly tell me definitely which of two is more beneficial? The second verse, Krishna replies, the personality of a Godhead replied, renunciation of work and work in devotion are both good for liberation. So, just not doing the work cannot get anybody liberation, right? When they renounce the work, but work for Krishna, then only the liberation will come for them, correct? So, but of two, work in devotional service is better than renunciation of work. So that's where I got unable to understand. So the sannyasa, what referring Krishna here, it is varnasha dharma sannyasa, or it is just a sannyasa, like renounce.
No, varnashram dharma sannyas. Just leave, just sannyas here means don't get attached to the fruits of your work. That's all. That's all we are here. We are not going to advance right now. We'll go there slowly and then we'll explain. Right now, Krishna is saying that not working and working. That's very simple. Not working on working. Okay. Not working, you can say that, I don't want to work. I want to go to some other places and just meditate on you, my dear Lord. That's for sure is good because you are not, having any sheen. But he says, but working for me and not working. As long as you are working for me, working and not working has same purpose. As long as the goal is to work for me or not work. So if you are not working for my pleasure, because you are not going to get the reaction, you go somewhere else and you engage in my chanting, my meditation. That's very good. But that will be very difficult for you to do because your nature is not like that. You cannot go out of your family, live into Prabhu. Right now, is it not easier for us as a Grihastha? We are still working. We are having job. We are driving the car. We are going to the places. We are flying. But all we have is Tulsi Mala all the time in our neck. In the bag there is Tulsi bead. Whenever we get some time, when I'm flying on the plane, I have always a coat. Sometimes people surprise. What I do, I just put like this. My coat, and then and chanting bag inside, and everybody is doing everything. I'll be on the fly, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So is it not easier for me? I'm not renouncing the work. I'm not basically you know leaving everything and going to a forest and then saying Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. You can do that too. But that's all we are talking about. Krishna is saying that you don't have to leave things. You stay wherever you are. You stay as an engineer, IT professional, keep on doing your programming, normal life. But all you have to do is that add me into your whole thing. That's all. But we'll come there. So now you have to take sannyas too. And that sannyas will come when you have sufficiently purified yourself, right? All of us have to take the sannyas, but that sannyas has not come yet. And Krishna is not talking about that sannyas. He's just talking about wherever you and I are. Just don't leave the work. I say that please don't leave your work. All of you work, whatever work you have to do, but add Krishna. That's all. That's all. This is philosophy that most of us know, but it's coming from Bhagavad Gita. All of us know because we have been hearing, right? But this philosophy is basically when we are hearing, it might be creating some confusion, but what you know is what is being talked here. That's all. We don't have to go that far down. But we have to. Krishna will talk about that, in 18th chapter. What is sannyas? Is clear, Prabhu?
Yes, yes.
Just for the scope of the discussion. I know totally what you are asking. What you are asking is advanced stage. We are not there yet. Is good enough?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So can somebody read this one? So Krishna is saying here, I just discussed about it. That same thing. Don't leave the work. Rather, give the fruit of work to me. And if you do that, that way you can very easily achieve. So the process that we are following is a ramp up process. They say that you can go on the steps or you can go on the elevator. We are going on the elevator. Boom, boom, boom. One story, two story, three story, four story, fifth story, like that. Golok Vrindavan. Rather, you can keep on walking on the steps. You can go by walking on the steps also on the fourth floor. You can go by elevator. Which one you prefer? Go by elevator. So curb acting, staying wherever we are engaging in service of Krishna is like elevator. Take that elevator, boom, go to fourth floor. That's all we are talking about. Okay. So please read from here. Just read the translation. That's all. I need, if you read translation only, everything will come one after another. Okay.
One,
Yes, Mataji.
should I read it, Prabhuji?
One who, yeah, you were
One
right.
who works in devotion, who is a pure soul, and who controls his mind and senses, is dear to everyone, and worship and everyone is dear to him. Though always working, such a man is never entangled,
Yeah. So why that man is not entangled? You know why?
because he's leaving it to all to Krishna.
Yeah, because he's acting for Krishna. Yes. So this is the secret. So we are not getting the karma. Sometimes people will say that devotee also has to suffer the karma. Bhaktivinoda Thakur very clearly says in Bhakti Alok, no. Devotee is not going through the cycle of karma. They are going through the desire of Krishna. Whatever Krishna has planned for you, you have to go through it. So he says, Kurvan apina lipete. Very powerful word. Although you are acting, but you are not getting the reaction. So everybody wants that type of, option. Yoga Jukta Vishuddhatma. You have sufficiently purified and you are Yoguktaha. So Yoguktaha, being equipped with yoga means what is that equipment? Being equipped that now I have to be the devotee. Although I'm not quite there, but I know the goal. I have to be the pure devotee. Kurvanapina limpate. Although you are acting, but you are not getting any result. Is it clear so far? Before I keep on confusing and talking too much, is it clear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, very clear. It should be very clear. Then continue, Mataji.
A knower of truth, Tattvavit, although seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, eating, always knows that the material senses are interacting with objects and that he is aloof from them.
Did you understand that part? Perfect example is Prasada meeting. Hearing
That
holy name.
you are, I don't know if I fully understand it,
Yeah.
but when you do everything for Krishna and you use all of your this is my understanding
Yeah.
of it, but I'm not sure if it's right. That whenever you're doing everything for Krishna, using all of your senses, although you're using all of the senses, they're not being
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
You got it 100%. You are 100% right. Yes. So you are, the word here is material senses. You know what is the material senses means? The outcome is material. Reaction is going to bind you. So Krishna is saying that by hearing Hare Krishna, you are also dancing, hearing music. They're dancing in the pub also. But their dance and your dance is different. They are being bound and you are being liberated by the hearing. Okay? By touching the form of deity, you are being purified. By smelling the flower, you will see that, we offer the flower and then the devotee smell it. That purifies our smelling. And by eating, tongue becomes purified when we eat prasadam. So you are doing all of this with your material senses, and it appears that you are doing some material actions, but Krishna says, no, you are doing bhakti. So that's why Prabhupada said that the best Sumedha, the most intelligent person does bhakti. Why? because same thing he does, but he just, does it devotion and he does not get the reaction. Don't you think that you end up doing a crime, but nobody gives you any punishment? Yeah, I want that. But I know that I'm a criminal. Everybody is a criminal. So we don't want to get the punishment. And how you don't get the punishment? When you act for Krishna, pure devotion. Why? Because the goal is not our sense gratification. Senses are not acting for gratification of the senses. Remember that. Senses are not acting for self gratification. Senses are acting for the pleasure, Krishna. And that happens, no reaction. Okay? Mataji 10, read the
Yeah.
translation.
One who offers results of his action to Supreme while performing duties without attachment is unaffected by sins in his actions, just as the lotus leaf is untouched by water.
Clear?
Yes.
Kamala
If,
dala jala, jivana thalamala, bhajahu haripad nitire, bhajahu re mana Sri Nandana, Abhay Acharana Ravindra. Vasudeva Ghosh wrote a beautiful song. He says, Kamala dala jala jivana. What is this life? This life is, yours and mine. This life is water on the leaf of lotus. Have you seen how much and how long water can stay on the leaf of lotus? Have you seen? Just to sprinkle the water, not even fraction of second. It will just boom, find some path somewhere. The leaf will be like that. Leaf, it doesn't stay. Somehow or other it becomes shiny kind of, drop and comes out of. So Vasudeva Ghosh says like that. That what is this life? This life is like drop of water on the leaf of lotus. It's like Jivana Dala Jala. And it's like on a drop on the water of a lotus. It's not going to stay. It's not going to stay. So that's what he says. That although here the example of lotus is given, although lotus is coming out of water, the lotus grows in water, but water cannot stay. This is a perfect example. So we say that be of this material world, but don't be material. Okay. We all are part of this material world. Okay. Our food, our bread, our butter, our breathing, our air, our lighting, everything is coming from this material world. But still, you can live out of this material world. And how you live by, how you do that? You do by your consciousness. Trigunya Visaya Veda, Nestargunya Bhavarjuna. That's what Krishna is teaching to Arjuna. The things are here of the material. Your body is material, your mind is material, everything is material, 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 material. But you can go beyond it. How? As drop of water does not stay on the leaf of a lotus. Although water is the source of lotus. Very important, very important point to be noted. So be of this material world, we all are, but don't be so materialistic. That's what Krishna is teaching to Arjuna. Yes, Mataji, please
ah,
keep on reading, Mataji, translations
okay.
only.
The karma yogi acts with the body, mind, intelligence, and the senses without attachment, only for the purpose of purification. Atma Suddhaye.
Yes,
So when
continue.
you act with bhakti, then you don't get karma, and then
Yeah,
if
for
you don't get karma, then you get purification, right?
yeah, only for the purpose of yeah. So we are purifying, by engaging in the process of bhakti. Yeah, everybody purifies. You'll see, how a lot of conditioning birth after birth. We have been conditioned, and it doesn't appear, but a lot of purification happening. Like for example, if you look at your life, if I look at my life, I came as a student here. I was staying on the campus. I would eat non-vegetarian. I had a French beard. I will smoke. and all those things I'll do. All of that is, 26 years gone. Nothing. I don't have, a taste for meat eating. I don't drink, don't smoke, nothing. I don't even associate with those people who I was always associating with, and I have no even taste to associate with them. I like associating with devotees, doing the courses like this, talking about Krishna, coming to the temple, doing some services, organizing the program. So these are change. You cannot say that I haven't changed. One should not say it's nice to be humble, but at the same time to inspire other, we have to accept that my life has changed a lot. People, the amount of time that I give in temple and other places, I could have some other business. I can start a store, and me and my wife can spend some time there, make some extra dollar. A lot of things I can do. I can be 3 times more richer. If I would have just walked around, moved around, I would have been somewhere VP right now in my career. All of that I don't even care. I just need some money to pay the utility bill and get the opportunity to serve in the temple. So you cannot say, you cannot that I haven't improved, I haven't purified. Enough purification has happened. Maybe people are saying some impurity because they have that impurity. They are thinking that you have that impurity, but we all have. All of us should be very proud. Prabhupada said that whoever has taken Krishna consciousness process, they are very fortunate. So think that that we have definitely day after day, as we are staying in this movement, we are making a lot of purification. Okay, so that's what Krishna is saying. That if you act for me with your mind, intelligence, and body, devotional service, mind, intelligence, and body, and senses, all of that is being talked there. Slowly and slowly, will purify. Yes, Mataji, please.
The steadily devoted soul attains unadulterated peace because he offers the results of all activities to me. Whereas a person who is not in union with the divine, who is greedy for the fruit of his labor, becomes entangled.
Very clear, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Prabhuji.
Ayukta karma karena. The word is yukta. Ayukta kama karena. Yukta and ayukta. Phale shakto nivadate. If you are not yukta, means fully formally situated on the path of devotion. But ayukta kam karena. If you are acting undevotionally for your kama, for your desire, phalasakto, you are going to be bound up by the nivadyate, means to bind. By what? The result, phalasakto,
Mm.
by the result of your action. So that's why good has good karma. If you do, you have good reaction. Like if you do the charity, you feed the poor people, you do some good thing, there is good karma. If you do bad thing, you get bad karma. Our goal is not to get the good karma, not to get the bad karma. Bad karma will make you suffer. Good karma will make you happy. This life you are taken birth as Satya Prabhu. Next life you will take birth as a grandson of Ambani because you have done a lot of good credit. you know Instead of living in a small town, you might be having a big palace, billions of dollars in India or somewhere there are so many rich people. So good is good, bad is bad, but does not matter you take birth as a son of a poor man on the street or take birth as a grandson of Ambani. You are still going through Janma to Jara Vyadhi. You are taking birth, you will get old, he will have disease and finally leave the body. Suffering is not less. People who are living in America, we thought that we made it, but now after 50, 54 years, 55 years of our health, no difference. My wife is always crying, I have a dry eyes. I can do a lot for you if I can get free of this dry eyes. I was talking to my mom and dad. They're 73 years old. My mom was crying. My dad was crying. I don't know, come see me. I don't know how long, how many. We have everything. I'm not poor. I have good enough saving. But the thing is not good. Everybody in my family is sick, some problem, back problem, big problem. That's what the life is. Krishna is saying, come out of this whole thing. Okay? So, phala sakto nivadyate. We don't want to be tying ourselves with the fruits of our reaction. Continue, Mataji.
When the embodied living being controls his nature and mentally renounces manasa sannyasa, all actions, he resides happily in the city of nine gates, the material body, neither working nor causing work to be done.
Yeah. So the city of nine gates, our body has 9 holes. So that's
Mm.
what is called city of 9 gates. So when living entities are fully engaged in devotional service, Krishna is saying that they enjoy. And we'll talk about this little later. Once we go through Bhakti Yoga chapter, then we'll talk how devotee, even they have material body, but they don't have material body. Okay, we'll talk about that little later. You get complete. What is the meaning of purification? Also, somebody can ask, what do you mean by purification, Prabhu? And we'll explain that little later. Okay. So yes, Mataji, continue.
14. The Jiva, master of the body, does not act, nor does he induce people to act, nor does he create the fruit of the action. All this is enacted by his swabhava, nature acquired by modes of material nature.
So this is the remark, extremely remark. It says स्वभावस tu pravartate na karkritvam na karmani lokasya srijate prabhu na karma phale samyogam स्वभावस्तु स्वभावस्तु pravartate. This swabhava part is extremely important. Okay, so in this swabhav is, there are two things. Okay, I just want to quickly tell you there are two things. One is our swabhav and another is our value system. Value system, swabhav and value. Remember, swabhav and value system. So please say this word, swabhav and value system.
Swabhava and value
And
system.
value system, right? So what is our value system? Although I might not be there, but my value system is that I want to be pure devotee. I don't want to have any ulterior motivation. I want to serve Krishna. I don't want to be caught up with the gyan and karma. That's our value system. But Swabhava is outcome of the modes of material nature. So we all are affected by modes. So if you go to rich people, then you say, I'm also rich. You start behaving like rich. You show up. If you are showing up, I'll show up. You have one house, I can say that I have 10 house. If you go to poor people, you have compassion, right? So we are getting impacted. If you go to the temple, you start behaving like a devotee. So you can see your form is changing. With poor, with people, you are acting like a different person. With rich people, you are acting like a different person. You are going to the devotee and acting like a different person. So this is Swabhava. Swabhava is basically outcome of the modes of material nature. Okay. So living entity is acting as per their Swabhava. But our goal is to act per as a value system. Satyam Bada Dharmam Chara, always be truthful, always walk on the path of religiosity, be honest, be sincere, be determined. Like those are our value system. But we are not, but we are not quite there, right? So Swabhava has to slowly transform into our value system. And that's the practice. That's the practice we are doing. Slowly we are transforming to our value system. Once you are very aligned with the value system, then say that he is a very advanced devotee. What is advancement in Krishna consciousness? Aligning with the value system, doing what Krishna has said to do, doing what Guru Shasan Sadhu is asking us to do. But what is our swabhava? The way we are. Okay, so that's what Krishna is saying. That in fact, in the beginning, what you are doing is outcome of your swabhav. Okay, and what the swabhav will do, it will bind you. But the same swabhav, if you use for service of Krishna, it's very easy. And we give the example of Mridanga player, go to the temple, they look for Mridanga. The person who is very good in talking, they'll look for, can I give a class here? It's the swabhav. Everybody has their nature, their strength. So Krishna says if you use that strength for bhakti, you'll be purifying faster, quickly, rapidly. Okay, continue, Mataji. Let's read all of
Prabhuji,
the.
Prabhuji, I
Yeah,
had a question on the Swabhava. So I thought you acquire the Swabhava, right? The Swabhava
yeah.
will come. So, but you're trying to change the Swabhava by
Swabhava you
doing.
acquire from birth after birth. Yes.
Yes, but
Swabhava.
are you
So
trying to change that? Like when you do
yeah.
Bhakti Yoga, you're
Yeah.
changing it to a
Yes.
purer state. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. You are trying to basically change your nature. Yeah.
Hmm.
So your original nature is Jivara Swarupa Nitya Krishna Das. But that nature in contaminated state, making you the servants of your husband, servants of your employer who are giving the salary, servants of your son and daughter. So servitude is there, but servitude is to the wrong person. I'm
Hmm.
not saying that you somebody is wrong person. I'm just giving the example. It's the wrong source. But when that servitude is to Krishna,
Hmm.
then that is your value system. So yes, the process of purification is that we evolve to our original identity. Yes, that servitude is to demigod. That servitude is to Mother Durga, Mother Kali, Brahman, Sakti, this Sakti, that Sakti. It's all because of the Swabhav. The living entity has that. But slowly and slowly, once it comes to the God consciousness, Krishna consciousness, then that is your real value system. And that's original Swabhav also. So we have
Hmm.
lost over the time, birth after birth. Yes. If you have taken, if you are coming from the life of cow, then some aspect of cow is within your personality. If you are coming from the life of a king, maybe in previous life you were king, you're still in this life, you will see, doesn't matter however money you have. I have seen that. Even people on the street, they live much better than the people in a big house. And people who have big house, they still have no sense of dressing, no sense of talking, no sense of. So all of that is Swabhav. You will see this, complexity, Mataji, right?
Hmm.
So that's how you see the critical thing. Why somebody has this, somebody has that. It's all Swabhav coming from their previous birth, after birth, after birth. Yes, continue, Mataji.
Nor
Continue,
does
and then we.
nor does the Supreme Lord, Vibhu, assume anyone's sinful or pious activity. He is the
Mm,
witness and sanctioned.
yes.
He is just witness and sanction.
Yeah. So we'll talk in 13th chapter. What is the meaning of witness and sanction? So for now, this is just term we hear and keep on moving. Yes.
Because the jiva's knowledge is covered by ignorance, ajnanevartam gnanam, they are bewildered.
Yeah.
Muyati.
Yeah. So this is the state. Okay. You'll have to accept. Krishna is saying that. We have to accept that. Agyanena avritam jnanam. So what is happening is that agyan, what is that, right? Has avritam means covered. What? Gyan, the knowledge. The true knowledge is covered with agyan. So you have a piece of diamond, and on that diamond you have a coating of tin or some cheap metal. It looks like they're metal. You'll see that plastic now. They do the silver coating. Looks like silver, right?
Mhm.
But inside is plastic. You can have inside silver and you can coat with plastic. So that's what he's saying. Agyanena avritam gyanam. This agyan, foolishness, ignorance has covered the gyan, the knowledge. What is the agyan? I'm this body, this is mine, I'm Indian, I'm North Indian, I'm South Indian, this is my language, this is my native place. All of that is agyan. And what is the gyan? I'm eternal soul. I have to go back to home, back to Krishna. I'm here because of this conditioning that I have. I'm not Russian. I'm not American. I'm not Indian. I'm not Asian. Nothing. And I'm a spirit soul. My eternal duty is to come to my pure state, engage in devotional service of Krishna. That's gyan. But that gyan is covered with a gyan, knowledge. Agyanena avritam gyanam. The knowledge is covered with ignorance. Okay, last one.
When when one's ignorance is destroyed by knowledge, jnana, that spiritual knowledge reveals everything as the sun illuminates everything.
Yeah, that's all. Tamsoma Jyotirgamya. Tamsoma Jyotirgamya. Let me go to that light. What is that light? Light of here, light of bhakti, Jnana Yoga. That knowledge of Krishna, Krishna's bhakti. Okay. Otherwise, we are in the ignorance. So Krishna is talking, I'm not talking these things. So very important. Okay, so we'll conclude here at verse number 16. Next class, we'll try to go to verse number 29 and finish this chapter. I think we can take remaining 13 verses and finish this chapter. So we'll have some QA based on the discussion that we have. Yes, Prabhuji, what you have? I can stop sharing so that we can see each other. Yes, Prabhuji.
So, two questions I have, Prabhuji. One is Mansa Sannyas. So, what is the meaning? What is the referred here? Mansa Sannyas means.
Karma
Uh,
sannyas and mansa sannyas.
correct.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So
Mansa is
mansa sannyas is basically your mind is thinking that I have nothing to do with anything. You go to the secluded place. You are sitting on the bank of a river. You are saying that I have nothing to do. But when you close your eyes, comes to your mind, I don't know how is my wife. I left her. I didn't tell her that I'm leaving. I'm not going to come and see her. I don't know my son and daughter. I don't know my wife. Did she really go and take the gas in the car, or she's driving the car without gas? What happens if there is accident happening to her? She will die. No, 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 no. Let me make a call. Hey, how are you? Sorry, I have liberated everything. I have left you, but I cannot forget you. That's mansa sannyas, bro. The mind is
not a
uh,
sannyas, Prabhu. That's not a sannyas.
yeah, yeah, that's not sannyas. But mind is saying that you should take, but you are not ready for that. Yeah, it's not mana sannyasa. With mind, you have taken the sannyas, but actually you are not. It's only on the mind. Your mind is entangled somewhere else. You are captivated by something else. You are not fully uh, renounced. Okay, so mind is not ready. Mind has not fully accepted your order of sannyasa.
Without my mind readiness, none of the sannyasi could, none of the type of the sannyas could be,
That's why we need the purification. That's why the sannyas, that Prabhu that I was talking, I was asking, that sannyas happens when we have sufficient purification. Yes. Like the people, sometimes I think, you know, like I don't know how those people who do not have wife, do not have home to live, they're going one temple to other temple, morning class, evening class, daytime class, prasadam, whatever people give, and then life after life, they're continuing all of that. You know how much determination you need to have for that? You know that? So you are right. You cannot get there until you are really ready. And that readiness is natural quality of your purification. If you purify sufficiently, then you can easily do it. Otherwise, if you artificially force by your mind or by your intelligence, no, it will not last. So purification has to happen. That's why Krishna will tell Arjun that that's why you need to purify man. You need to do the purification. No other purification will happen. Act on this process and keep on acting, acting, acting. That will bring the purification. And with that purification, you have determination to do things. So we all are being purified. Prabhu, one thing. Do you have taste to eat meat right now?
not now. Yeah.
But you had taste at some point, or
Maybe childhood. Yeah.
so how would that transformation happens? Can you say that you haven't purified?
Yeah. Yeah. Purified.
Exactly. Exactly. All of us have, that's what I was trying to make a point, that all of us have purified. Don't say that I haven't purified. We should not say that. All have some degree of purification. Otherwise, how we are doing the things, why you are here, why you would be spending your 1 hour listening Bhagavad Gita, Krishna's teaching. You would be going, weekend, weekdays you are working. Weekend you could go somewhere, you have money, just, take one room somewhere on the bank of some lake or something and look at the lake, enjoy your day, go some other places, eat meat and have a nice life. Again, Monday work starts. But you have no taste for that. Why? Purification has happened, right?
Mhm, mhm.
So that's what I would say, Prabhuji. What you were asking something else, or
No, no. So I could not understand that meaning. Yeah. And one more question I had is, who is the master of this body?
who is the master of this body?
Soul. That's what I'm
Who
thinking.
is the master of this body? Who is master of your body?
Krishna is the master super soul, but soul is a part and parcel of this.
Who is master of your body? Who this body belongs to? You know who this body belongs to? Eh?
Krishna.
Who this body? No, Krishna definitely, but before Krishna, who this body belongs
Soul,
to?
soul, soul, soul.
Guru.
Okay.
Yeah, your body belongs to your guru. But before you give it to guru, who your body belongs to, you know? Right now, Mataji, your son and daughter. They are the master of your body. You know why? Because hard work that you are doing, they are harvesting the fruit. Monday to Friday, Monday to Friday that you are working for whom? No, that's true. You have to accept.
No, and text 14, that's we talked about
I
the.
don't want Mataji to be make it up. She's there.
She has not. She's gone to somewhere. She had something.
Okay.
Right.
But in reality, everybody is. Unless and until we come to that purified stage, Uday Prabhu is laughing, but he has to accept that master of his body is his wife and his kids. Do you have any kids, Prabhu? Uday Prabhu?
Oh, one son.
Yeah. So you work and then you go, and when you are coming back home, you are thinking, let me buy something that will make my son happy. So all the hard work, who is harvesting the fruit? So who is the master?
Yeah.
Yeah, you cannot say that they're not the master. Satya Prabhu, you cannot say Mataji is not the master, okay?
They are still not very clear, Prabhu, somehow to me.
Huh?
It's not very clear to me. It's with respect to text 14.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Let's go to text 14.
yeah, is it the master of this body is?
Master of your body is Krishna for sure.
Mhm.
I mean, there is no doubt
The
about it.
Jiva. This talk
But
about Jiva.
that is in the pure stage, once you are situated in the bhakti. Otherwise, before that, the master of your body is your spouse. So Mataji is working for Prabhu, Prabhu is working for Mataji. You know, they are the source of their happiness, okay? Their pleasure. So they are the master. Okay, what you are caught on? Tell me, Prabhu.
So that's why the Jiva, the master of this body, does not act, nor does he include people to act, nor does he create the fruits of action. So that's what I mean. This whole thing.
Prabhu, this is very simple. This is saying that we are acting as per our swabhava. That's all. We are the jiva, okay, which is the master. So the jiva is acting as per its swabhava. That's all. Right now, jiva is in, their knowledge is covered by ignorance. So he is acting as per his swabhava. And swabhava is the very grossest state. We haven't purified. Swabhava is that let's do some work. Work will make me happy, not Krishna's bhakti. Or devotional service will not make me happy. I have to go and work. Jena tena prakarena. Go and do something. Lie, cheat, loot or whatever, robbery, whatever you do it. It's all swabhava. So,
Mm.
so he said that your body is not forcing you. Everything is basically coming. What is inducing you to act? Your swabhava. I can tell you one thing. I was baby, okay? And once you get old, then people forget. You know that?
Mhm. We get to
So
forget.
my grandfather, I was going to school, and then I would go to my village. Okay. So I was there one night, and around 2 o'clock, everybody got up. And they are saying that Babaji is not here, Babaji is not here, where the grandfather is gone, everybody looking. They tried to see on his bed, nothing was there. Nobody has any clue. Okay. You know what he was doing? Somehow other in the night, he thought that it's morning. He left home and he walked all the way to the paddy field. And in the paddy field, he was weeding the weeds. So you know that you know there are weeds in the paddy field, right? So in the night, 2 o'clock, he was in the paddy field weeding. So what type of memory he had? What was making him? Because when he went to bed thinking that tomorrow morning he will go to paddy field and do the weeding, right? Are you following me?
Mhm. Yeah.
Huh? So in the night, he woke up and what was that? Swabhav,
Mhm.
something that is very strong in yourself, In the midnight, you get up and you think that snake is biting you, but there is no snake. Wife says, why you are crying? Why you are saying safe, there is nothing here. No, I thought that there is one snake. He's going over my body. Why? Because something I was thinking about the snake. So it's like that, bro. I just want to give you some gross example. It's like Swabhav is like that, it's ingrained in you. It's very much, that's what you are. That's your Swabhav. And that
Are we
gives you
got it, Prabhuji. I think it's clear now. Swabhav is very much attached to the bodily
with your nature, with your material nature.
material nature. Got it. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And that Swabhav, when purifies through the spiritual process, then it becomes your spiritual nature. And then that Swabhav has to be now, instead of going into the paddy field, it should go to the temple. It should go to, get up in the night and start looking at what is in the Bhagavad Gita. I want to study, memorize this verse. And 2 o'clock, if you get up in the night and go and find your Bhagavatam and start seeing what is this verse, what is it, if you can do like that, then your Swabhav is transformed now. So that's what Krishna is saying, that you have a Swabhav to act for me, rather artificially renouncing and doing those things and not being able to follow. You renounce everything, go into the forest, and then your mind is dwelling on the object of senses. So those are not your Swabhav. So do something that is doable for you and slowly transform it. That's the teaching. Got it, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. So can we adjourn here now? Or is there anything?
Prabhuji,
Gautam Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
One last
Santa Mata.
question.
Yeah,
One
Prabhuji.
last question about Swabhava and value system that you mentioned.
Yeah.
So Swabhava is, of course, we go from mode of ignorance to passion to goodness. It keeps changing.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Now, does the values ultimately, do we all have a common value system of returning to Krishna,
Wow.
or our value system also keeps
This
changing?
is very powerful point, very extremely powerful point Prabhu is asking. Yes, very good. If you can understand the answer, that will be really nice. Prabhu, this is very powerful. So, have you heard the name Vidur and Maitreya Muni? So there is one saintly Vidura, you have heard name, sure, in Mahabharata comes, right?
Yes, yeah.
Dhritarashtra and Vidura and Pandava, right?
Yes.
So Vidur didn't fight the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And when the battlefield started, he said, I have nothing to do with this fighting thing, right or wrong. I don't want to deal with it. He left. He left in the search of knowledge. He was already devotee. So he went and he met Uddhav. Uddhav is friend of Krishna. And Uddhav said that, you are very senior to me. So it's better if you go and talk to Maitreya Muni. Okay? Go and talk to Maitreya Muni. He will teach you. So he went to Maitreya Muni and he asked the question that living entities are very disturbed, very distracted. What is cause of their distraction? Okay, living entities are very distracted. What is cause of their distraction? And they are so distracted that they forget themselves. Are you following me?
Yes, Prabhu.
And how to know that we have forgotten ourselves? Because you don't take care of ourselves. We are binding ourselves with the rope of the snake. We knowing that the snake is gonna, bite us. We are drowning ourselves, going to the lower planetary system by our action, meat eating, illicit sex, intoxication, all of that mundane things, slaughterhouse, all of that we do. So he's saying that living entities are fully distracted. If they are distracted, what to do? Then Maitreya Muni said that, and this is a very universal question. He said that there is only one consciousness. So there is not Hindu consciousness, Islam consciousness, Krishna, Muslim consciousness, Jewish consciousness, and this Christian, that Christian, thousands of the Jain, Bodh, nothing like that. He said. Okay, he said that there is once living entities are completely purest of the pure. Okay, there is no contamination left. They have only one conscious, and there is only one God. So that one consciousness is only for that one God. Okay, but that living entity has impurity of different types, and that impurity cause different identity.
Mhm.
Did it answer your question, Prabhu?
So,
So the impure we are, the more impure we are, the more away from Krishna we are, the more differently we are identifying ourselves. I'm saying Christian, I'm saying myself this, I'm Jewish, this and that, this dharma, that dharma. But he says, Maitreya Muni says, there is only one consciousness in the purest state. And that is consciousness of the Supreme Lord. There is only one Lord. Okay. So purest state, every living entity has one consciousness. That means doesn't matter you are taken birth in India or Mexico or Brazil or Italy or Japan or Germany, doesn't matter where you are. We all have only one consciousness.
Yeah.
But we all identify differently, say differently, think differently, do differently, act differently, dress differently. Things are completely different. And he says this is just different degree of impurity. I'm not going to say that who is impure more than whom. That is not my duty. But hope the point is clear. Okay. So
Yeah.
if you become perfect, pure devotee Prabhu, you would not really worry about Jain Dharma, Bodh Dharma. You will not fight, saying Jain is better than Bodh, Bodh is better than Jain. None of these things. You would know that that it's nothing really, it's all different degree of impurity. The perfection is that I am the servants of Supreme Lord. Okay,
Mhm.
so that's
Yes,
how it is. That's how it is, Prabhu.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you are and I are and everybody else have same consciousness. We don't have different consciousness. One
Yes.
more story that I can tell you is that some of the spiritual advanced people, they can see and they have seen it coming. They have seen it, but ordinary people cannot see.
Yes.
Okay. So like Bhaktivinoda Thakur, have you heard Bhaktivinoda Thakur name?
Mhm.
Bhaktivinoda Thakur was such a liberal person. He's one of our acharya. He appreciated all types of worship.
Mhm.
But he said, I wish if that worship would be for my dear Lord. So if the Christian is very, much, what do you call, devout Christian,
Mhm.
he would say, very nice. I hope that seriousness you have for Krishna.
Hmm.
He will see, Islam, Allahu Akbar saying on, in their mosque, he will say, hope you can say Hare Krishna for that dear Lord. So he appreciated everybody's status and worship wherever they are.
Mhm.
But he said, hope that could be for my Lord. And hope the one who is doing, they know that there is only one Lord. Okay.
Mhm.
So in fact, bhakti is very non-sectarian.
Mhm.
Although we dress up differently, we try to identify that I'm ISKCON, I'm this, I'm that. But pure bhakta has nothing to do with all of this. By putting dhoti, kurta, tilak, chandan like that, I want to become different than somebody else. If I have a true intent, if I know what is the purpose of what I'm doing, okay? But he said also that people are worshipping their false ego in different mode. Do you know that?
Mhm.
People instead of worship Supreme Lord, they worship
Mhm.
their false ego. So if I very strongly say Krishna is the God, Krishna is the God, and you are not ready to accept, okay?
Mhm.
And I force you to accept. He said that that's not good. That basically I worship my false ego. What happens, some other I'm convinced that Krishna is the God, and that's my false ego. I'm on. So it's nothing like that. He says that one should not worship their false ego, and that's what is happening in most of the cases. People who are fighting, saying that Mera Bhagwan is the only one Bhagwan, there is no other God. My path is the only one path. Because I am American, because I have invented everything. America is the best country in the world. Whatever religion that I follow is the best religion. Prabhupada Bhaktivinoda Thakur says it's all false ego.
Mhm.
Prabhupada said that I'm not here to convert anybody. Have you heard Prabhupada classes? He never said that I want Christian to become Ishai, a Sikh to become. This is not my business, he said. He said, my business is there to teach you how to love God. And that loving of God is our true consciousness, true identity. Okay. You
Yes.
can be Christian, you can be Sikh, you can be Hindu, you can be Islam, you can be, and still you'll be away from the God consciousness. He said it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
People are right now paying a lot of attention, turning Christian into Sikh into this, and that. That's all useless. That
Mhm.
you know, we are here to. That's why he says International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Prabhupada, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, all acharyas are giving a lot of emphasis on this word consciousness. This name does not matter. Otherwise, we are worshipping our false ego. Okay, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Yes.
So at one stage, at the purest stage, we all have to be one. We are one. We are worshipper of same God, same name, same form, same quality. It's not different God. It's not like your God is different and Mataji is Ananga Sundari Mataji has a different God, and Uday Prabhu has a different God, and Buddhist has a different God, and Sikh has a different God. Islam. You think that this is the no? The true knower of religion and philosophy, they say that there is only one Bhagwan. And that Bhagwan, whatever name you give. So at least there should be some alignment that okay, you are worshipping Allah, I am worshipping Krishna, you are worshipping Jesus Christ, but know for sure that there is only one God. You are calling it Allah, you are calling it as Jesus Christ, I'm calling it as Krishna. But saying that Krishna is inferior than Allah, Allah is inferior than those are the false ego. Are you following my point?
Absolutely, Prabhu.
We don't do that. We should never do that. Don't do that. Never ever do that. Be a true sadhaka, true devotee. If you go to the mosque, they can also accept you. You go to the church, they should also accept you. As a lover of God, they should respect you. You are the true lover of the God. You have nothing to do with the designation and name and fame and all of that. So that's the answer Maitreya Muni gave it to Vidura. Okay, Prabhuji?
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. I have a guest outside, so I will have to go. But thank you so much for your time. Vansh kalpa taru vyasa kripa sindhu vyasa patitanam pavanebhyo